Welcome to the Dr. Zwig Show, where I show you how bad states of mind and difficult life issues aren't pathological, but rather signs of personal growth trying to happen. All right, let's get into it. Hey folks, how are you today? I hope you're doing well, or at least you're vigorously in the fight. Don't give up. There's a hero or heroine of your story, and it's you. Be it, or at least keep it in your vision. Somewhere within you there is a hero or heroine. In episode 28, How to Use Your Hero or Heroine to Help You Transform a Problem, I showed you how to find the attributes of your hero or heroine in yourself and use this to change a problem. It's based on the idea that our positive projections onto people contain content about something awesome and powerful in ourselves. Projection is an incredibly strange phenomenon. We think of ourselves as seeing other people objectively, but it's just not the case. Your perceptions of others are assembled before they reach your consciousness and are deeply influenced by what's in your subconscious, your personal history, culture, beliefs, and most importantly, your growth process. Your perceptions of the outer world are actually internal processes. A really simple example of this is our basic perception of vision. What you see isn't actually out there. Out there are just light waves, nothing else. There are no colors, textures, tones, or anything else, just light waves vibrating at various frequencies. Your entire visual experience is constructed in your brain and mind and is a private inner perception. So when you look at a red apple, it's not actually red. Red is something that happens in your mind. It's the same with sound. When you listen to music, there's no actual sound out there. There are only vibrating molecules that jiggle at various rates. Sound and its attributes like pitch, tone, and timbre are constructed in your brain and mind. We don't download a pre-existing reality. We create it. Add human psychology to the mix with its powerful ability to create and alter our perceptions, and it becomes pretty difficult to distinguish our inner from our outer worlds. The way in which you perceive another human being is influenced by layers of your personal history, culture, awareness, and other processes that present you with your version of this person. Projection is one of the fundamental processes of the psyche, and this is why exploring your projections onto people can help you uncover your core issues. The way you perceive others exposes your own subconscious in broad daylight. Your subconscious contains your underlying story, the processes, complexes, dynamics, strengths, memories, dreams, and creative potential that you're unaware of. These facets get transferred onto other people. Now, projections work both ways. You can project something negative onto someone, or like in the exercise we did on your hero or heroine, you can project something positive. In both cases, you're broadcasting your own dream, and it's being reflected back to you in order to help you become more aware of something in yourself. But how does all this relate to the fact that some of our projections onto people appear to be factual truths about the other person? There often is a factual truth there. We do perceive people objectively, but in a very limited way. What happens is that your subconscious senses something objective about the other person and then uses this as a jumping off point to spin a whole other story around it. Your perceptions and interpretations of the person become one fluid, borderless, undifferentiated mush where objectivity and projection bleed into each other and create a story of half-truths. The work is to tease it all apart. Now, one of the main questions the early psychologists asked themselves was, if your subconscious isn't in your awareness, does that make it unknowable? Like if you're unconscious about something, doesn't that mean you can't know it's there? And the answer they discovered was that it is knowable by virtue of the fact that your subconscious has many ways of communicating with you, albeit symbolically. We have dreams, fantasies, bad states of mind, neuroses, psychoses, health problems, accidents, relationship problems, existential crises, and negative projections onto people, as well as unexpected good fortune, sudden inspiration, love, ecstatic spiritual experiences, and positive projections onto people. These are all communications from the unknown but not unknowable part of your psyche. The aim of processing your life experiences is to transform these unconscious processes into conscious ones. This enables you to be more objective about yourself and the world, and to actualize your full potential as a human being. Our heroes and heroines are essential projections to have and to process. In fact, they're one of the psyche's most ancient and basic functions, and they're the inspiration behind our most fundamental human story, the hero myth. Since the dawn of history, humans have been in the business of creating mythical stories that illustrate our most innate drive to change and transform our lives. From the paintings on ancient cave walls all the way to Hollywood movies, the hero myth provides the template for our core life process, growth. The hero's journey involves an ordinary, messed up human being called to adventure, encountering a crisis, winning a transformative victory, and then returning home a changed person. You see your hero or heroine as having certain qualities that you sense would enable you to make such a personal transformation. Whether it's an ancient animal spirit worshipped by indigenous folks, Buddha, Jesus, Mohammed, Mick Jagger, or your mother, your subconscious projects your inner hero onto them. It's an image of who you are in some way. It's an embodiment of your more awakened, conscious, evolved self. The instigator of the journey, meaning your calling, is usually some sort of life problem. Your inner process and or your outer situation makes life intolerable, untenable, too painful, not fun. And this is your calling to growth and transformation. If you view your problems as having no meaning or purpose in your life, you miss out on your true process, your life's calling to journey into who you really are. Your problems are meant to awaken you. That's why they exist. The journey you enter into is the unknown path you have to take when you begin to process what's bothering you. You may need a helper or a mentor. You'll experience many challenges and false temptations as you walk the road of growth. At some point, you may find yourself in an abyss that feels like a psychological death. It's part of walking the path. If you stick with it, it leads to transformation and your eventual return as a new person. My heroes have been mostly musicians, plus some writers and scientists. Even when I went through a brief period of putting my music on the back burner while I focused exclusively on psychology, the folks I looked to for inspiration were musicians. Now, it's true that a song doesn't usually offer you a concrete way to work through a life issue, although it could, but it can do something else that's really powerful. It can pull you out of your funk and make you see and feel the light, at least temporarily. It can change your state of mind, which in turn can give you a different perspective, a different way of perceiving and understanding your problems. If you're really into music in an ongoing way, it can help you feel your way through the darkness, give you a sense of an alternate you who's more wise, and it can hint at your path to redemption. It can bypass your whole messed up mind and change how you feel. Of course, to integrate these changes, you have to process your problems. But music is magic. It's the mathematics of life transduced into sound and word and mainlined straight to your heart. One of the things about musicians, and artists of all kinds, is that if they're true artists, they stand outside conventional life to some extent and challenge the status quo by giving us a deeper or alternate perspective. In fact, societies grow from the voices who challenge it. We all have an inner artist in the sense of having something within us that doesn't really fit into the world as it is. It's our creative essence, the part of us that wants to bring forth its own genius, its own way. Sometimes this part of ourselves is misunderstood. Sometimes it makes us feel our whole lives are misunderstood. But there's a hero or heroine within this part, and it wants you to transform your life and maybe the world. See you next time. Stay aware. You can follow me on social media at Dr. Zwig, and you can sign up on the mailing list at drzwig.com, where you'll receive discounts on private coaching, events, and merchandise starting in 2021, weekly personal growth tips, and lots more. Be well.